Hello, everyone. My name is Alex Onyedigi. Welcome to Zion Extra, special program for you tonight. We're going to be having our special friend, our brother, who will be telling us of a special program and insight to what the activity they're hosting next month in Edo State is about citizenship. It's about promoting insights, education, and the opportunity for those in grassroots when it comes to upgrading to the level of good citizens in those states. Thank you all very much. I'll just be bringing the leader in now. Hello, sir. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good evening.
Happy evening.
Yeah, thanks for having me, sir.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much for this time. I think it was a bit difficult for you. I had to force you and begging you to come and tell us of this profile that you've been having for a very long time, helping different community. I know you are not an individual, but the fact that when it comes to things like this about citizenship, not everybody still want to continue educating the grassroots, telling people what is about and how to promote good education in our community. Very quickly, can you tell us a bit more about yourself, your person?
Thank you very much, Zion, for having me. And my name is Mr. Peter Osereme Ehimwa. I'm popularly known as the New Face of Africa. I'm a humanitarian activist and also a motivational and influential speaker. I'm based in Europe, I'm based in Luxembourg, and apparently I'm in Africa, West Africa, due to our mindset crusade all over the continent of Africa. We just rounded up a workshop in Dakar, Senegal, before I flew into Ghana due to still our initiative process, because all we do is all about informing Africans and awakening them with the knowledge of God, So basically, this is who I am and what we portray.
Okay, just in a clear language, what is the New Face of Africa initiative about?
The New Face of Africa is a concept that was initiated by me to try to see how we can best improve the mindset of Africans home and abroad. Because too often we've been governed with these Western ideas and Western education about how we as a people should function. And from our own research, we find out that you can never attend the oppressor school and think you are now in the same vicinity with the oppressor. No, you still set back, because the only thing that can set you above the oppressor is awareness, which is information. And this information comes from your manufacturer, which is God. So we are doing this thing not just to promote Africans, but to promote humanity, because God created each and every one of us for our individual purposes. And if you cannot find this purpose on earth, you end up being a generational thief, because your purpose was meant to feed other needs. So from all these, conventions and research about purposes and humanity, we came up with this initiative called the New Face of Africa.
Oh, thank you very much. Now, I think it's all about citizenship, right?
Yeah, it's part of
educating the community. You say you are the founder, right?
Yes, sir.
At the moment, looking at the end of the tunnel, when we talk about answers, when we talk about good governance, when we talk about the leadership of the youth, where do you see your role in terms of engaging with the community? I'm talking about grassroots now.
Thank you very much. I see the new phase of Africa coming in terms of awareness and consciousness, because you can easily agree with me that our people and our youths in Africa, they are not conscious people. They are not focused, and I don't really blame them as a mentor. Reason being that we don't have enough mentors in Africa that can really mentor out their potentials, because we all have these in us. But if you don't have somebody to help you, ignite that passion in you, it will die. And if you don't die, you end up being a copycat. You end up, imitating other people's purpose on earth. And by so doing, you won't achieve your full purpose, which is your endeavor. Because life have a beginning and an ending. And that's why you see when a baby is growing up, you guide them through that process, so that when they get into that stage of secondary school, they can naturally reason for themselves and start to find their whereabouts. But if you don't help these children understand that they have a purpose in them, and they have a gift that they came to earth to serve others with, they will end up guessing. So this is where we come into the grassroots of developing the minds and the awareness of our people, and about ending SARS. SARS is a unit that they implemented to eradicate dubious acts in Nigeria. And our governors that implemented this unit, they still go ahead and use this same unit for their irrelevant events. So they cannot really manage this unit because the unit are so corrupt like the leaders. That's why you see they go around in the street asking people for their password to their phone, and they even go as far as moving around with ATM you know distributors. So it is really sad for us to have such a unit in our police department in Nigeria. And I think I'm in great support with the eradication of SARS, because they are not properly informed. And if we want to have anything that have to do with law enforcement, we should properly scrutinize them and provide the basic necessity for them to carry out their taxes as a people.
Thank you very much. You have a new show in Edo State, which is by the New Face of Africa Initiative organization. What is the show about, and when is it coming up?
We have a show coming up at Ekpoma on the 19th of December next month, and it's all about winning minds. Because we all have our will, but it takes a lot to inspire a sleeping mind. So what we do, basically, we first of all, awaken the minds, by information, telling them that no, you're better than this. No, this is your purpose. And we help them define their purpose for them, because your purpose is really the thing you do with the least amount of your effort. You don't struggle to do you. So this is what we basically do. And after we must have inculcated this information in you, we help you, inspire your guts, because your guts have everything to do with your drive, that hunger for what you want, and it keeps you on track. So basically, this is how we win minds. And the only reason why we came up with that theme that says that winning minds is because coronavirus came to rob us of this year, this new era, this 2020, this new decade. So we thought of Why not we having something to bring everything we've lost this year to make up for December annual crusade? Because we're going to be touching on Corona on that day. We're going to be touching on NSAC's parade. We're going to be talking about the killing of, Nigerians at Lekki Toll Gate. We're going to be talking about bad governance. We're going to be talking about how we can, build our self-esteem so that we can best manage the challenges of the 2021.
Well, thank you very much. Viewers, if you're just joining us, this is a special show that we have tonight from the new face of Africa. This is the founder, the special man behind the scene who has been making many impacts in Africa community, not just in Europe, but in African soil. When we are talking about from Ghana, right now, his energy is in those states. So there's a program coming up on the 19th of December, which is from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
From 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. And now we're going to talk about a very serious conversation that I've been having with a lot of people when they come up Zion Extra. I love this language. What do you understand about citizenship rights?
Thank you very much. I believe citizenship rights have to do it. Citizen rights have to do with your birthright, and nobody can give you your citizenship because it's just like someone giving you religion, because religion can be passed on to you through information, but citizenship comes from awakening, awareness, because it takes a lot for you to understand that nobody can give you freedom, because citizenship is your freedom. You being a citizen of a country it is not a privilege. It is a birthright. You're not. I'm not privileged to be. I'm not a privilege. I'm not a privileged Nigerian. I'm a Nigerian, and that's why whatever I'm doing, I'm committing to it, because I feel it's my duty to make my community improve. I think it's my duty to bring awareness into my community if they're not thinking right. So I think citizenship have to do with awakening and awareness, because it takes a lot to understand that you are a citizen of the country, and that gives you the insight to act properly.
Oh, thank you very much. I think I accept what you said. It's about citizen. We were talking about citizenship now. It's about human rights.
Mm-hmm.
It's about self-awareness, isn't it?
Yes.
Knowing what to do and what not to do, and having the police protecting you, and having, when we're talking about national cake, yes, this is something that citizenship right is all about. Now, you are saying you doesn't feel belong when it comes to society about citizenship in Nigeria. But you travel all around Nigeria, outside Nigeria. How will you compare Nigeria social system or security system? Is there anything different to where you?
Well, yeah, there's a huge amount of difference between the way we think in Africa in terms of security and the European Enforcement Agency. Why? Because the European uh, Enforcement Agency have everything to work with. They have the basic understanding about engagement. They are properly paid. They have a database that is working. like in Europe, come on, you and I, you live in Europe, you're based in the UK, I'm based in Luxembourg. If you commit an offense in Luxembourg that is maybe that graph, which is, above the law, searching for you is not really an issue there, because already they have your fingerprint, they have your photo. All they have to do is to communicate around themselves, because they have a system that is working through their central system. And it is their database that help them circulate this information. So not until we have those systems structured here in Africa, and in particular in Nigeria, we cannot really check and balance these uniform men, because one, they are hungry. Two, their salaries, their wages are not enough for them to even forge ahead. And you give them ammunition. Then what do you expect from them? They will be lawless with it, because one, they don't think right.
You're very right.
Their paycheck is not enough. And they see young stars in the street doing all sort of things to make their own ends meet. Because they cannot compete with those youngsters, they use their present position to oppress those youth. Because even the youth, they are not in the right channel. They are doing dubious things. Fraud is not a career work. So when you meet people in this sector and you have the power to enforce law, and at the same time you are hungry, what do? An hungry man is an angry man. You use your hungerness and your power to extort from these people. So basically, I will still come down to our system. The system is not working. And when the system is not working, the people can never function.
Okay. Now let's go back to the program you're doing in 19th of December in Ekpoma. Although you have two languages here, Ekpoma 2020 will be powerful, and the winning mind. Now, what kind of groups are you focusing on? Because when we are talking about corrupt Nigerians now, a lot of people look at the elderly, look at those between 50, 60, up to 80, that these are the corrupt community. Who are those you engaging with? Who are those you rapport with, and those you are organizing this program with? And what kind of people are you expecting when it comes to invitation?
Well, thank you very much. First and foremost, our primary target is African youth, the youth of Africa. And secondly, the elders have to learn, because this is a new concept, and it is a concept that have to do with honesty. Because those that speak of justice should come with clean hands, which is equity. If you want justice, your hands should be clean. So we're bringing consciousness to play, and consciousness has everything to do with honesty. Because without an honest elders hearing from the young ones growing up, they cannot really give us the room to manage. They have to see us, making these great moves. They have to see how we can, bring our communities together and reason, synergize together to see how we can manage, our setbacks that have been robbing us of our potentials. So basically, this crusade is all about redirecting the minds of our people so that we can start thinking properly, so that we can have our individual perception to reason, to function, so that we can abstain from bribes and corruptions and deceit. Because if you cannot be honest with yourself, that means if you cannot have that conscience to say, no, this thing is bad. Come on, we've been doing things this way. Why don't you try this other way? You can never achieve your endeavor. So this is what we're doing. We're bringing consciousness to limelight at Ekpoma 2020 annual mindset.
Thank you very much. I will say thank you again for coming to Zion Extra. And this extra hard talk, I only have, I was having 20 minutes for you. And maybe if we can just highlight the area, maybe we'll just discuss this one together in regard to PVC. I understand the new registration will start in January or February in Nigeria. How do you think we need to go about engaging community in the awareness of PVC? Do you think we need to knock door to door, just like the way the election were in September?
Well, I think we have to reach out. Basically, that is what we do as an NGO, the New Face of Africa. We reach out to people, we reach out to our communities in terms of awakening. So I think in terms of this PVC that carrying out the registration come January 2021, we should first of all have rallies, town hall meetings, so that we can really be, prudent towards this process, because it's something that we really have to come together and look how we can use this medium to affect our communities, affect the youth, get them engaged, because a busy mind is a happy one. And when youths are not busy, they become negligent, they become deceptive, So the issue is we should try and first and foremost rally around our youth, within the youth, because gone are those days that we need our elders to function. No, come on, we have the experience now, we have the awareness, we have the fear of God, and we have a common sense to connect with life. We don't really have to be perfect to get there, but as long as we are together with a common creed, I know we will achieve this PVC, process.
Yeah, support you. I think to me, I think PVC is very important when it comes to getting the right leader. If we are talking about good governance, having more awareness, as you said, town hall meetings, the youth leaders, anyone that is interested in having the right president, the right National Assembly leaders. It's about time we engage, and we are talking about youth power, to show that we are not lazy youth. It's about time we go about letting people know that PVC is your power, the right to vote. So people were saying in the past, if I go back to Edo election, people were saying in the past that vote doesn't count. Edo State election shows that when you follow your vote will count.
Absolutely.
So the first step is for everyone to mobilize and engage in awareness of PVC. So at the end of the day, we'll be able to get enough people out to go and vote. Now let me ask you the last question. You have choice to answer this. When it comes to many other organizations in Nigeria community, especially Edo community, what support would you expect from them, or individual that wants to join your organization, the New Face of Africa initiative? What's your advice for them, or what kind of invitation do you have for them? What's the process?
Thank you very much, sir. Being a member, which is automatically a coach, because we call our colleagues, we call ourselves coaches, because we all leaders when God created us, and that's the concept we're having in our community, New Face of Africa. We call ourselves coaches because we all leaders. Whoever wants to be a follower, that is your choice. So being part of the New Age of Africa doesn't really take much. If you're still in school, O level is free. Registration enrollment is free. But as long as you're working, you have an income, you have an avenue that generates income, we have to enroll you, because this is the only way we gather money for all these workshop and seminar we'll be achieving. Through this little enrollment and my own selfless efforts. I've been the one committing into this initiative for the past 3 years, so that we can reach out with this concept to the rest of Africa at large. And secondly, in terms of aid, uh, we are open to whoever that wants to aid us, because we and our people know it's not easy to lead and to take a great task like this upon yourself. Giving out information is not easy. Researching information and giving back to humanity is not easy. So whoever that thinks that he wants to help us in whichever way, we appreciate it. And about engaging with our community, uh, all we do, we give out knowledge. I think we are the first NGO of its kind that give out knowledge as charity. We don't give out money, we don't give out clothes, but we research knowledge and we give it back to humans as charity. So that's why we call ourselves selfless entities. But we're not doing this for publicity, we're not doing this for fame. We're doing it for the right reasons. So that's it, sir.
Yeah, I think I buy that idea, me too. And I think I'll be happy to join at the same time, because what you are saying is about empowering community, about letting people know their rights. When we are talking about citizenship, now we're talking about PVC. It's about you knowing the importance of voting, and these are things when we talk about leadership, like the language you are using. Every member is a champion, is a leader. So it's about leaders giving out to their community, not money, not maybe what was it called? Well, we'll go back to Abacha, a dictatorship attitude. That's not what you're giving out. What you're giving out is knowledge. And when you look at the religious language you were using, the Bible described knowledge as power. So yes, this is why I appreciate you. When I heard about you in the first place, I was like, well, who is this? And not only that, the job you've been doing, and it's something that we need to always be recognized for, and that's why I beg you to just come on the show and let's rapport online. It's not the candle that is in-house. You need to bring this candle out for other people to benefit from it. And thank you very much for coming. And maybe if you have anything to tell the viewers, or maybe your members and all that.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I'll leave you guys with these last words. We are never too young to teach, and we are never too old to learn. Whatever you're doing, commit towards it. Nobody can stop you. Not even your system can stop you. The only thing that can stop you from your greatness is your thought. Good night. Thank you very much.
Wow, that's powerful. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, viewers, for your special time and for your effort. If you can share and just tell your loved ones that we have New Face of Africa initiative in Edo State right now. Is about educating ourselves. It's about having, when we used to have what we call Ibota in Edo, where you have this general knowledge. Now you have champions coming together to tell you about things you don't know, and the things you know for you to also share. It's about brainstorming, and there's no way you leave the environment and remain the same. Say knowledge is power. It's more than money. It's more than makeup. It's more than those flashy cars, mansion that we are building. Knowledge helps us to be able to include every human being in our society. thank you very much again, sir, for coming. I'll say viewers, bye-bye for now.